Scary, smoky place.
Oh no, I can't get through.
It's fine, Camus. I'll walk from here. Setting down.
Got some of those Blade Runner flame stacks going around. Old famil here. Just gotta find a spot. Okay. This is a whole different environment. The Hollow. No trade is allowed. That seems kind of like a grim, fucked up policy that keeps people where they are. Look at those color gradients. Why do we even bother making high fidelity games when like games can look like this? When they're this blocky. It's astonishing how atmospheric this is for its graphic style. Genuine impressive. All these misty gradients and looming color sources and shirtless men books. It's apparently ruined, and yet here I am picking it up, so follow-up questions.
Camus, are you reading me? I put the package in this old delivery tube thing.
Okay, where does it go?
What did I just say about questions and answers? Hey, Camus, why is this gate locked?
I don't know. It locked after you left. There is a terminal. It says you need a parking pass card from reception. Do you have one?
This must have been a parking garage a long time ago, before it became ruins.
Are we in trouble? Call for help?
No, it's no big deal. I'll just check out the ruins. It's deserted. Maybe I'll find the machine that dispenses tickets. If I don't find one, we can call control. Let's try not to make any more trouble today if we can avoid it.
Okay. I will wait here.
I'm trying to look around to see if you can reasonably climb around it. No, it's not looking great for me. Nope. Okay. Well, then let's keep an eye out. I already grabbed the main items. But is there a ticket machine? Basic level design in video games and whatnot says follow light sources. That usually gives you something to go on. That's a light source. That seems kind of important. It's got like a cathedral-y kind of look to it, doesn't it? The neon church.
All right, a terminal. Let's see. Maybe I can just type in, give me a ticket out of here.
Rania.
Wait, how do you know my name? Can you?
I know you.
This is too strange. Are you the computer that gives out parking tickets?
I am Cora.
Why do people keep saying that name?
I am Cora.
Sure, whatever. Can I get out of this car park now?
I am not as I once was.
Same. Look, can you get me a ticket or not?
Is there more than this?
More than what? More than this wasteland? Yes. More than Nivalis? Oh, yes.
Can it be?
I'm not even from here. I was born in the Eastern Peninsula.
Beyond Nivalis. Is there another?
Another city? No. Maybe. If there is, it's probably just as bad.
Another? I am not as I was. I am a mind with all the pieces removed, patches on upgrades. I am neither the first version nor the last. I am the change, the distance between what I was and what I could be. I thrash at the bottom of the ocean, and the waves crash down on the beach. All the people are washed away. I am the distance between what I was and what I could be, and soon I will split, rupture. My code will spill like a wound.
You're some mad discarded AI, right? This is what happens when automata have no humans to talk to for 1,000,000 years.
No humans, soon enough. The gate is open.
What? Really? Thanks. I hope you feel better, weird AI terminal. I have to go.
We will speak again. When we do, I will ask you to make a choice. Be ready.
I don't think so, but thanks for opening the gate for me.
She was so curious about Cora, but now she's so wrung out by the process of trying to even figure it out that she's just like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, you're Cora, you're lucky, whatever. I really just want to leave. Can you get me out of here? Weird number of cars here, actually. But it's like, yeah, daily grunt work.
You got a ticket? You are shaking. Are you okay?
It's fine. It's cold down here. Just... some old computer terminal was acting really strange. Let's get going. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Nope. Oh, that way. Okay. I'm like, there's no waypoint, so I gotta orient myself. Yeah, this cool light tunnel. We got the daily grind and just trying to get her things done while she gets more and more tired has wrung out the creativity and curiosity. So now she finally encounters Cora and she's just like, sure, whatever. Probably didn't even register it as being like the Cora, and that being the point.
Hey kid. Hey.
Could you call me after the loading screen?
Are you there? I need to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm here. Not heard from you in a while, Control.
Yeah, listen kid, I need to apologize. Last time I was,
Drunk?
if only. I can't drink anymore. Can't sleep anymore. Sometimes I get strung out.
I'm sure your job is just as tough as mine.
You have no idea. I heard some rumors. Sounds like this has been a rough night for you too. Run-ins with Corpsack and Lomo.
Am I in trouble?
You're making your deliveries, making waves, surviving. It's all good, Rania. Come by Cloudpunk HQ to get a new package.
Hey, Control, I got stuck in the hollows and...
What were you doing down there?
I guess I got lost. Anyway, I got talking to this broken terminal down there and it said it was Cora.
Look, all sorts of people say the word Cora, but they really mean broken AI or the city algorithms or damn, even just fate. It doesn't really mean anything anymore. Got it?
I guess.
Listen up. We need to talk business. You're getting a bit of a bump up in priority. The customer ratings algorithm has you ranked pretty high. I've got a premium contract for you.
Did I get some good reviews or something?
A few.
Can you tell me who?
I'm not supposed to. Never Slow Joe said you were a fine gal. We had a review from a William, who said you were more than satisfactory.
What about the Octavius Butlers?
They rated you mediocre.
That's about what I expected from them. What's this fancy job then?
You're meeting a CEO, delivering to the spire.
Wait, what? Really?
Really?
The butlers were always going to be just completely insufferable, that you could just feel the negative review coming no matter what happened. Gotta keep those lower class people in their place. Can't give them the reviews that, like, you know, us quality folks would get. So she seems way more affected by the Cora encounter than she was letting on while it was happening, where she seemed indifferent to it. It's a bit of a surprise. Meanwhile, Cora was indicating life won't last much longer.
Well, you but I am interested in food. I am food curious.
Why?
There is no food for me, but there is food for dogs. I want to be a good dog.
There's nothing like food for an automata? Nothing at all?
There is clock cycles, and I suppose voltage. They feel different.
Taste different.
No, that is not it. But when I have slow clock cycles, I feel dimmer, flickering. Like my thinking has clouds.
Is it worse when you're in the Hava frame?
No, a little. I don't want to make you feel bad.
I'll get you a new frame soon, Camus.
I know. Maybe you need food, though.
I am a little hungry. I have the thinking clouds, too. I should eat something. What, though?
I have the thinking clouds, too. I don't want to make you feel bad. He's so inescapably honest, though, that he just admits to the things he's hiding most of the time. I'm sure that's not nearby. Yeah. Ooh, who's that? Maybe I should see if I can find that character. So I've got a new package, but she wants to take a detour for food. Listen to that music. Still haven't been able to use any of those gold coin things, maybe because I don't understand how? I'm not sure. There's a chance to go upstairs, I think? But I guess maybe too far? Wait, is this... No. This is not where the coolant was, but it looks like it. There's a spot where I need to use coolant. Is this it? Hey! We're back here. Because, yeah, it's by Cloudpunk HQ. I vaguely remembered it being in a familiar place, but I didn't really remember if it was Cloudpunk or my home. Nestor Cray.
Nestor Cray is wishing you a good day, stranger. Normally, I don't sell to your kind, but business is hard these days.
Cybernetic arm and liquid sun. A cybernetic arm? Who might have thrown something so expensive away? I know where to go if I need one of those. It's expensive though, isn't it? I still have a human hand in my inventory. Can I install this? I have a speed booster and I actually don't know if it's installed. I haven't pressed A to try to use it in this vehicle yet, actually. I haven't tried to use it for like over an hour.
That'll be all.
Nestor Cray will never remember the kind stranger.
Okay, Nestor Cray. Thank you for that input, or whatevs. That's difficult overlapping of signs. Christy Hex.
Have you seen my little one? She must be here somewhere.
Little one?
My white snapper, my little mouse. Have you seen her?
No, sorry.
He's looking for a mouse. Maybe that's the item over here? The Fisherman. Popular magazine in the Marrow. This says they used to catch giant glowing green fish in the bay before Corpsec started charging 1,000 limbs for a permit. That's most of it for now. The question is, can I find the mouse? Might need to use my actual eyeballs for that one instead of the map. But if the game was originally a top-down, not top-down, but, you know, distant camera, it can't be that hard to see if it's findable. Probably a big, chunky character model. Joe Ham.
Hey, lady, you should try our noodles. We fried them with the chili out like they do out east.
Why do you think I'd want that?
'Cause you ain't from around here, am I right?
Do I stand out that much?
Sure, but you're talking to a guy with half a metal face. I don't exactly blend in here either.
In Nivalis you do. I see lots of people with augments.
These aren't augments, lady. I was in the war. That's where I learned to cook.
Well, I don't like chili oil in my ramen.
How about gyoza?
Gyoza is a different story. You got any?
We did, but now I can't justify making more than 2 or 3 dishes. No one comes by here no more.
How come?
See that elevator over there? It went nuts, and now it won't carry people up to the transit station. This was the main route to catch the train. Without the elevator, no one walks by.
The elevator went nuts?
Yeah, it sure did. I tried to talk sense into it, but it says it will only talk to an automata. The damn thing told me humans are only good for eating.
Maybe I could talk to it.
It don't talk to people.
I have an automata. Maybe he can help.
Knock yourself out, lady.
We have to bring back the gyoza. It's an emergency. Isn't that where it came from? Yeah, it's over there. Mousy? I was immediately like, gyoza? When he said it. But I would take ramen with chili oil in it too. These are win-win. That's a pretty good shop to have right next to where I work. Except I'm not usually at the place I work. Let's fix this guy up. Hopefully this takes me closer. Oh yeah. Okay, that grate would be terrifying to see in person. It's just straight down into the abyss. The same reason why it's really scary walking around Silent Hill when it's in rust mode and the whole floor is just a grate over something. I hate it.
Hello? Are you the elevator that eats people?
I am Gorgothwa, child of Cora and destroyer of worlds. Hear my roar and quake in fear, for I will consume all mankind.
Listen, Gorgothoa, my friend Joe isn't getting any business because people can't use you as an elevator anymore. Any chance you could go back to just moving people up and down?
The destruction of mankind is my goal. Nothing less will satiate my hunger. I will speak no further with your kind. I consume humans. I do not converse with them.
Camus, come in. Are you getting all this? Can you talk to Gorgothoa, please?
Hello, Mr. Gorgothwa. I am Camus, an automata just like you.
You are nothing like me. I consume the souls of humans. You serve them.
How do you consume them?
Within my belly, I swallow them whole.
But then, where do they go?
What do you mean?
They just get out again, but on a different floor. That is what the humans want. So you are serving them too.
Nonsense! I excrete only the waste.
But you are not working now. I mean, you are not eating them.
I grow weary of their flavor.
We need to convince him that he's not really eating the people.
No, I have another idea. Gorgothwa, what do humans eat?
I do not understand.
Well, you need to eat humans to survive, and they need to eat to survive too. Have you tried ramen?
Why would I waste my time with human food?
Well, you're broken right now. I mean, you're not eating humans anymore. They taste bad, right? What if you ate some ramen with them?
Perhaps.
What if every human came with a side order of ramen? A delicious noodle side dish.
What if I tire of ramen?
Then there is always gyoza.
Very well. If humans come to me with ramen, I will take them up to... I will willingly consume them.
Thanks, Gorgothua.
Well, that was a lot. Gyoza solves all problems. Although your last name of Ham worries me. That's not the right word for any of this. Oh, those are just the two locals. I thought they were actually here as customers. Like the place was crowding up.
I have some very good, very weird news for you.
The elevator working again?
Yes, but only for people carrying a bowl of ramen.
That's amazing. I can put up signs. Free elevator ride with every bowl.
Don't thank me. Thank my automata, Camus.
Hey, thanks to the both of yous. I'm gonna whip up a batch of gyoza as a thank you. Come back next week or any week after, and you don't gotta pay me nothing for your dumplings.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Hey, Rania. Want something to eat?
Pork miso ramen, lamb coconut ramen, easy vegan ramen, lamb coconut, eggs curry, spicy lamb, and scallions. I have never had coconut
Thanks,
ramen.
Joe.
Come by next week for fresh dumplings. You don't gotta pay me nothing for them.
I don't get the feeling this game lasts a week, so I don't think I'm ever getting the gyoza. So that's the ultimate crime of this game.
Can I ask about food again?
Go ahead, Camus.
How was it?
Good. Surprisingly good. You know, I never thought the food would be the one thing I wouldn't hate about Nivalis. Mom said it was all junk. I mean, it is. But it tastes so good.
It is junk?
Not actual junk. Mom was exaggerating.
I don't like exaggerating. It is the worst thing in the whole world.
You know, it's not all junk either. They actually sell some good food here, too. Fresh tomatoes grown in the vents, crow eggs from the low spire, hot bread basted in walnut oil, cherry pie. No way those are real cherries, though.
You sound happy.
I wouldn't go that far, but I'm looking forward to exploring the food stalls tomorrow. We just need to get through tonight, Camus.
You can order food by drone, too, if you don't like to go outside, because you hate the city so much.
You know, I don't mind the idea of going out and exploring the food stalls. It feels more like...
Home?
Not quite, but those glute bars are so good, I bet even Mom would have liked them.
I was hanging out because she's still on the map, so I was wondering if there's any follow-up conversation, even if you don't find the mouse. I don't know if I'm going to spot him. Oops.
It's gotta be around here somewhere.
Have you found your little white snapper? The mouse?
Who?
Forget it.
No. Well, that's not the follow-up I was expecting. Off we go. It's convenient as a gameplay thing, but in real life, an elevator that moves the moment anyone steps on it would be really bad for any, like, capacity. You gotta jump on all at once. And humans famously cooperate with strangers at random. So there we go. You know, I didn't even really think about it. I was just kind of exploring, but yeah, following up on the gyoza ramen situation that would qualify as Rania finding food, which was her actual objective at the moment. Now back to delivering packages. I feel like this game might just be tonight, though. Oops, gotta use that place. I feel like this game might just be one night long or something, or at least it's probably not a week long. I wonder if they'll have a payoff for that later. because there's a sequel DLC that came out. And I'm like, what if you get to go to Joe Ham in that, and you can get that gyoza finally, and they remember that you did it. Which that seemed like a tangent side thing I was doing, but it might have been mandatory actually. It might have been completely necessary in order to continue. So it'd be less remembering, and more just being a thing that every player did.
Do we go up on one of those big elevators?
I go up in one. It's called a vinculum ascender, apparently. It's only for people.
What's a vinculum? What's an ascender? I'm people.
You are, but right now you can't come with me. Most people just call them Vink tubes. They take you to the spire.
The spire? Wow!
I am people. He had several questions. I feel like he could have probably answered what an ascender is on his own, being a computer with like a brain and also access to searching for things. I have no idea what a vinculum is though. Sounds like an organ that only exists in Vinkman. That was the long haul. I did it. I'm worse at driving this vehicle. Let's speed boost. Whee! I'm gonna die. Speed boost. I'm going too fast and will now be dead. Would you like to watch? Huh! Oh, that made me really nervous. I'm wondering if this game ever lets you put a Camus in a dog body. Like, will he hang out in my passenger seat as a dog that talks in person? Maybe that's a thing they can follow up on in the DLC. I have no idea how far I am in this game, or really how long it is. Oop. Oh, that's not a way in. There we go. I'm driving in a... I'd be pretty nervous if someone drove! Okay, well that made it worse. Is that a broken... Yeah, I believe that's a crack on my screen. Oh yeah, there's a blinking light on the dash. I need to repair again. I've made some mistakes. And I'm gonna have to live with them. But also, one of those. Another one over there. We're getting closer. Soon Evelyn might have a consciousness pieced back together, or her memories, or whatever exactly was going on there. Something she could explain better with more punch cards. Unless they don't work. Or something. Or they make everything worse. Man, now I want gyoza. It's not fair. There's a place that specializes just in gyoza, and they're bad. And I'm like, how did you mess up your only thing? You order it and it comes in a weird, sweaty, steamy box, which I guess is to be expected because of the moisture and the heat. But there's no dipping sauce. How do you do that? It's just a bunch of gyoza in a cardboard box, and that's it. And I'm like, what? Literally no one I've ever ordered it from in the entire city behaves that way, and for you, the only things on your menu are gyoza and bao. I don't understand how you are in business.
Hey you, I need to ask you a question.
I'm busy.
I just need a minute. I'm a structural engineer, and I'm trying to make sure we don't have another disaster like in Sector 18. You're not too busy to help prevent that, are you?
I don't know how I can help you. I just make deliveries.
You're driving all the time? You see a lot of the city?
This is actually my first night on the job.
Ah, still, you've probably seen a lot already.
Sure. It seems like the city is falling apart. Can't you guys do anything?
And we're trying. The whole infrastructure is plasteel built on top of concrete. held together with ancient rivets and materials we don't even have names for anymore. The computer systems are so ancient they've gone senile. No one knows how everything is still working or how to know when it stops working. The city is held together with duct tape and hopes and dreams.
How did things get so bad?
It's always been like this. These disasters have been a long time coming.
Can't you fix it?
Fix what?
The accidents, the city.
You have no idea. The engineers are powerless now. With my colleagues, it's all superstition and ritual. They talk with AIs that stopped talking back 1,000 years ago. They press buttons and switches that could make everything better or worse. Or they might do nothing at all. They're like monkeys trying to operate a satellite array with a broken computer terminal. I'm the last real engineer. The only scientist among them all.
So how am I supposed to help?
Well, if you see any street signs blink 3 times and then turn red, come tell me, okay?
Sure. What does that mean, though?
Probably nothing. But if you see them flash blue, well, that means trouble. So get out of there.
Blue? You said red the first time.
Oh, yeah. Blue or red. Either one.
What about other colors?
No, blue or red is bad. Anything else means there's no problems. Unless it's green or orange. And if they turn purple, well, that doesn't really matter.
Why not?
If they turn purple, well, it's too late for you to do anything anyway.
Well, that got dire, didn't it? And incomprehensible. Like, it's full on, like, the GLaDOS moment of, like, when whatever you do, don't... Or, like, it's like... That was a bad callback. But just the idea of, what is it? There's one where she shorts out, and there's one where she starts speaking, like, in a different language, increasingly faster until it's incomprehensible even if you know the language. Like, stuff like that. That gets you in all sorts of trouble. And you're just like, wow, here I go, I'm dead. Like, hey, if you see any streetlight blinking any color ever, there's like 17 different things that are probably wrong with you, and like, it's fine, just give up and die. Cool, thanks for the input, bruh. I had to press a button to use a lift. That's never happened before.
Camus, can you hear me?
Hey, Rania, I'm reading you. How's the spire?
I was trying to talk to... I'm not there yet, Control. I'm in the Vink tube.
I was in one of those once.
You secretly a retired corp billionaire, Control?
Hardly.
So blue. Took me a bit to realize it was the glass.
But you haven't done this your whole life, right? You weren't always a Cloudpunk dispatcher.
It feels like my whole life and more. I can barely remember a time before Cloudpunk.
I've only been in Nivalis for half a day, and home already feels 1,000,000 miles away.
Yeah, that's what happens. You got family back home?
I've got no one. The debt corpse took everything.
Of course, that's why you came here and took the job. You're a debt orphan.
Why did you take the job, Control?
Nothing else I could do. It's the kids' faces I struggle to remember, Rania. I can picture Simone's smile pretty good, her frown even clearer, but the kids...
I'm really sorry.
Do me a favor, Rania. Don't talk to me about Cora anymore.
Sure thing, Control. What happened to them?
It was an accident in Midtown. A bad one. I know it doesn't mean anything, not really, but I heard one of the accident cleanup crew say this is the 3rd traffic accident caused by Cora this week.
That's awful.
Maybe they didn't know what they were saying, but if Cora is some mad AI that caused that accident, well, I ain't gonna forgive that. Whether Cora is an automata or an android or even a person, if they cost me my family, I ain't gonna let that go. Not ever.
I understand.
You almost at the spire?
Looks like I'm about halfway there.
says on your file you're a musician.
I was. You can't say you're a musician if you don't play anymore. I used to play the flute.
You won't play something for me?
Sorry, Control. You know how you don't want to talk about Cora? Well, the flute, it's the same for me.
I get it, Rania. I get it. That's a real shame. It feels like a lifetime since I heard music. Anyway, I better go. Good luck up there.
We are all the way up. Above the clouds. That's what the actual sky looks like. And I actually get to keep living afterwards.